Hello, all of you beautiful people around the world. My name is Ryan, aka Say It With Me, Blackbeard TCG. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day, and if not, hopefully I can make it a little bit better. Now, look, in today's video, we will be going over my 3 predictions for OP-06. As you guys know, all the cards in OP-06 have been revealed. Shoutouts to One Piece Top Decks for all the translations and everything like that. And if you guys are new to the channel, this is something that I do every set. I do 3 predictions for that set, and then once the next set is about to come out, then I review those predictions. So stay tuned for my next video where I will be taking a look at the OP-05 predictions that I made, and make sure you guys check out that video. Link to that will be in the top right via the card. Go ahead and click that if you want to see my predictions for OP-05. And then, like I said in my next video, we will be breaking them down and seeing if those takes were spot on or if I was completely cooked and I completely missed the mark. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into my 3 takes. Now, my first take, let's just say it might be a little bit more of a lukewarm take. I think some people would agree. I think some people would disagree. So that's why I say it's lukewarm. And right off the bat, I have to say that I believe, I don't know why I actually had this picture of Gecko Moria here. It should not be Gecko Moria. In fact, it should be, let's just go ahead and open up our search here and find Mr. Hodi Jones, because I believe that Reiju and Hodi Jones will have meta implications. And by that, I mean, I think that they'll make a huge impact on the meta. Now, let me explain why. When it comes to Reiju, oh man, that art. I mean, I love this art way more than the alt art personally. Let me just get that out there. But with that being said, whenever you take a look at cards that allow you to draw, or leaders rather, that allow you to draw, or cards or leaders that allow you to cheat characters out, they're always very powerful effects. And this is something that's just built into Reiju. As we all know, all of the Germa cards, well, not all of them, but a majority of them are going to allow you to basically use their transformation out of trash, right? So you can give up that card on the field, send back some Dawn, and then you're able to bring out the stronger version of it for free, essentially making it Dawn positive, right? Being able to bring out cards with big effects, with good stat lines for the cost of something that's a little bit less. Whenever I look at cards like this, I think of things like Trafalgar Law, who's able to cheat out cards, right? I feel like that's always extremely powerful. Like I already said, drawing cards is extremely powerful. I think that despite her being for life, I think that there's a lot of advantageous things that you can do with this leader. And I'm very interested to see how people end up deciding to build her. I truly believe that with all of the different tools that she has access to, especially being in blue, or if you want to play some more removal, you do have things, you do have things like the 3000 worlds and all the various blue events that are very powerful that you can go ahead and splash into her as well. So for all of those reasons, I think that Reiju is going to make an impact. Now, when it comes to Hodi Jones, and of course, I might just be biased because the alt art Hodi Jones looks absolutely amazing. Not to mention the 7 cost Hodi Jones, the alt art. Let me see if I can pull that up here. Let's see. So this is the regular art, which also looks cool. But do we have the alt art here? We don't have the alt art here, but I'm sure you guys have seen the alt art of this Hodi Jones, but it's absolutely amazing. Now, this Hodi Jones is obviously really good. 7 cost, 8,000 power with rush. And obviously with Hodi Jones, you can look about resting cards. I have resting Dawn specifically, which is really good when you're trying to go for the end, when you're going for late game. I think that when it comes to Hodi Jones, being able to take cards from life and add them to your hand, we've seen this time and time again where this is an impactful ability. Whether we see it with Whitebeard, whether we see it with Purple Luffy, I feel like Hodi Jones has a little bit of that somewhere in him. I know some people are saying that Hodi Jones might be mid, some people think he might be low tier, but again, this is my lukewarm take. I think that he has potential to be one of the best decks if we just go off history. We'll see how the meta ends up shaping out, and that's the beauty about the metagame over in Asia, is we could see something pop off in the beginning, kind of like Enel, and then by the end of the set, Sakazuki is tier 0, right? So Hodi could be absolutely trash in the beginning, but somebody cooks something up and all of a sudden he could be the best. Like, I don't know, but that's my take. I feel like these 2 decks are ones to definitely look out for in OP-06. So that's my first take. It's not too wild, right? For my second take, it's going to be something that is actually quite mild. And in fact, it's probably not a hot take at all. It's probably a cold take because I think you guys will probably agree with me. Sakazuki is going to stay top tier and be one of the best decks, if not the best deck. And the reason why I say that is this. You know, if you look at a power curve, right? Obviously, you know, power creep, all that things. I think we can all agree OP-06 has some definite power creep. OP-05 had a lot of power creep as well, with all the OP leaders being the new leaders. When it comes to Sakazuki, one can argue that his power level already exceeded that of OP-05, with OP-05 power creeping everything else. So you could say almost Sakazuki was an OP-06 leader, if you get what I'm saying, right? That's how powerful it was. So even if Sakazuki stayed the exact same, I feel like he would be on the same level as these new leaders. Now the thing is, Sakazuki only gets better, right? He got more tools. At worst, he stays the same. I don't think the power creep is that egregious where he's just not going to be played anymore. I think at worst, he stays the same and he's still going to be a meta deck, or he gets even better. We have Gravity Blade Raging Tiger, which is going to allow you to use, to place up to 2 6-cost or less characters to the bottom of the owner's deck. This is going to be very powerful. Obviously, off trigger, 5 costs or less, this could be very, very strong, especially going up against all of those 5-cost blockers with 6,000 power that we've been seeing lately in the meta. Aramaki is a card that I don't really think would see all that much play, but we'll have to see what ends up happening. But the card that I really want to take a look at, if it's here, I don't know if it is. There is the other event. I don't think it's here. Oh, what does this Kuzan do? Draw 2 cards and place 2 cards from your hand to the bottom of your deck. 3 cost 5,000 power. That's interesting. This Sakazuki is also interesting. 5 cost, 6,000 power, so it has that standard stat line. On play, place 1 character with a cost of 2 or less at the bottom of the opponent's deck. So again, that gives you a little bit of advantage. But there's one blue event. Let me see if I can find it. I believe, you know what? Let me go to the source. Let me go to the OG. Here we go. Let's take a look at the GOAT Noah. Of course, he always comes clutch. He has the card here. This card is a 2-cost Rob Lucci. Yes, so it does what Rob Lucci does for 2 Dawn. So, again, the deck only got more tools. And so because of that, I believe that Sakazuki is still going to be meta. Again, not that much of a hot take, no pun intended with Sakazuki, of course. I think that he's still going to be very, very strong. I think he was already an OP-06 leader in OP-05, and so I think that he is still going to be in contention for top deck. Might not be best deck in format, but definitely will be up there in the metagame. And now the last take. This is a hot take, and this might trigger some people. And let me preface it by saying this. What I'm about to say might be clickbait inducing, or maybe not because it's coming at like 7 minutes into the video, but is it one of those things where I'm just kind of saying it to trigger some people to increase engagement? Maybe a little bit, because it's fun and it does exactly that. But I believe that we will be seeing another addition on this page for banlist. Yes, so as you guys know, we're used to seeing it here in the English version because our cards keep getting hit, right? You know, our cards keep getting hit with the ban list and all that stuff. I think we're going to see something else for Japan. So Japan first got hit with the Boatbeard stuff and Kabaji loop with Nami and all of those things, right? Since then, nothing has been touched. But over here in the West, you know, we've gotten it pretty bad. I think my extremely hot take is that if Sakazuki continues to perform, if he indeed gets even stronger, might not even just be Sakazuki, it be anything because OP-06 has some power creep, I could see us seeing a restriction posted here on Twitter and ultimately on the website, adding something else to the ban list. This could be a hot take. I know people don't want anything to get banned. People don't want things to get touched, myself included, with certain things. You know, I'm definitely not one of those people that are like, ban 10 mom. Like, no, all right, let's just chill, all right? It's just kind of funny to like bring this up because I know some people get so triggered about it. People go like, oh, this is people's first card game. Why does everybody want things banned? I just think, in my opinion, I could take, because at the end of the day, they want people to purchase new product. And ultimately, if people are just going to be buying cards that are like singles and just picking up like this uncommon to put in their decks, and then like maybe the new Tashigi that could search if people want to run it, because brand new is still really good, because brand new sets up your trash, so that way you can go ahead and play Rob Lucci on turn 2 and start to pop things if needed. So they serve different purposes, but you could still use it because it's a Navy search and all those things. Anyways, you know, people aren't really like, obviously people are still going to buy the cards regardless, but a lot of people will just buy the singles and just boost up their already powerful deck, whereas they want people to buy an abundance of new cards to incentivize them to buy the new set, which is exactly what happened in OP-05. And it could happen again in OP-06 if we see that power creep. But if we continue to see that strength from OP-05, then I could see some things being hit. I don't know. Maybe I'm completely off on that. But with that being said, those are my 3 takes. I think Reiju and Hodi Jones are going to make impact on the metagame. I think Sakazuki is still going to be a leader that will be a threat and something for people to deal with. And ultimately, I think that we may be seeing a post here come sometime in OP-06 with new restrictions on the list. With that being said, guys, do you agree? Do you disagree? What are your predictions for OP-06? Let's take a look at these predictions months down the line and see if I'm right, if I'm wrong. It'll be fun regardless. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.